I'm Aria,
And I'm Elon.
and we're here to welcome you to the LaShaun Martin Be Still music premiere.
We're going to get started in a couple of seconds, but I wanted to give you guys time to go down, scroll down a little bit, and click the subscribe button. It's red, it says subscribe. It's right there for you guys to see. Go ahead and click it, and while you're there, turn on your post notifications. I'm going to give you guys a couple of seconds to go ahead and do that. Give me some seconds. Okay, that's enough time.
Also, please take a moment to follow my mom on social media at LaShaun Martin on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We are so excited for this premiere. Her and her team have been working really hard, and obviously this is a blessing from God, so we obviously thank God for letting my mom to even have the opportunity to do something like this. And we're so proud of her, and we're really excited for you guys to see it.
Yes, I hope you guys enjoy it. It's going to be awesome.
Woo!
I'm excited. I'm pumped. I don't think I've even seen the full thing yet. So this is a premiere for like us too. I'm excited.
Enjoy.
Yes.
Hey everybody, thank you my babies for introducing your mom. I so appreciate it. You guys are the best. Those are my heartbeats. Thank you everyone for joining. My name is LaShaun Martin, and this is the Be Still music video premiere. I am absolutely delighted to have all of you here with me this evening. I know that it's been probably a tough day for some of you. You've juggled a lot, but thank you so much for being here with me on this Wednesday evening. I am eternally grateful. We're in for a treat this evening. We have lots of things that we want to share with you this evening, but most importantly, you are our VIP guest, and we are completely delighted to have you here. So as my girls just said, if you can take just a few minutes before we get started and click the subscribe button on our YouTube page, that will be the way that you can hear more information from LaShaun Martin Music, and it will be useful for you a little bit later on this evening and tomorrow. So make sure that you click that subscribe button right now. Also make sure that you go and subscribe and follow on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter at LaShaun Martin, as you can see listed here below. And if you want to just go take a peek at the website, you're more than welcome to do that as well, lashaunmartinmusic.com. All of you at this point should know where that is, and we'll refer back to that in just a moment. So we are going to get the evening started. First of all, I just want to thank, God for this evening. I want to thank God that He allowed us to get to this point. And we will talk about the ins and outs of Be Still the music and also the video premiere in just a little bit. So with that, I would love to welcome my dear friend. She is a lover of God. She is a phenomenal woman. She's a mother. She's a wife. She's an Emmy award-winning producer. And I am honored to call her my good friend, Vanessa Russell. Vanessa, can you join us?
Hey, Sean. Hey.
Hey, Vanessa.
How are you?
Happy to have you here.
Happy to be here. Yay.
Yay, we're finally here. We are finally here.
We are finally here. Yes, we are. Can you hear me?
I can hear you well. So I'm
You
going
look
to turn it over to you.
You look so fabulous. I just love the t-shirts, I love it all. I just love it all, and I'm so very proud of you. So very happy for everything that you're doing. Those of us that know you, Sean, you're just a worshiper. You love the Lord. Everything about you is just so pure. And forgive me tonight if it sounds like I'm loving on her, because I know a lot of you that are listening in, you're loving on her as well. So we're all in agreement here tonight that we're going to just love on Sean. But more importantly, she's just obedient to what God has called her to do. And to be a part of her vision, a part of everything that she's doing is just an honor. We're also humbled just to be in the mix, to be in the number. I want to start from the beginning. Can I do that? Can I start a little bit without going too far back? Sean,
yes. Let's
just
jump
want to take the viewers, just want to take the viewers back a little bit. Well, actually, LaShaun and I have known each other, and you'll hear her probably throughout. Call me Max. Max is a nickname from my old radio days when I was Max on the air. LaShaun knows about all of that story, so she calls me Max. So you hear her saying Max It's still me, but that's who she's talking to. But one thing I want to talk about briefly before I start interviewing Shawn is just to talk about the legacy, the history of her whole vision coming to pass. And again, her family, friends, everyone, I'm sure you all know a lot about it as well. But for those of us that were with her in different circles, we all have different perspectives depending on our relationship with her. And my relationship with her many years ago started in a mommy group with our kids when they were just toddlers. And even then, and I remember so clearly how well just hearing her would just make you feel just so inspired when you hear her just worship God. I mean, she's serious about it. So when we would hear her, it was just like, okay, when are you gonna put this on an album? When are you gonna do something? She was like, I am. And of course, at the time, I'm like, okay, well, when you do, we're gonna be ready. So I made it clear to her that we were gonna be ready when she was ready. Whenever that time was. And here we are, fast forward all these years. That's what I love about it, about LaShaun. She's the type of person that just does what she says she's gonna do. You really are, Shawn. You inspire us. Are you like a life coach? She really does. She does what she says she's gonna do. It for those of us that just need that extra push sometimes. It's just good to have people in your circle that really are doing what the word calls us, writing the vision, making it plain. And whether it be you accomplishing that vision in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, however long it takes, you're doing it. And you've done it. And LaShaun definitely has. So LaShaun, I really want to just ask you a question here that I've just always been curious about. I think you've touched on it before in conversations, but when did you just know? I mean, I know a lot of us know about this particular single, Be Still, but when did you just know that you were going to just be in worship for God, like for real? I know you probably were in choirs and stuff as a young person, because I know your mama had you. But can you just tell us a little bit about that? I think we really like to hear that.
Yeah, so my foundation for music started in the church. My mom has been a choir director, a ministry of music, a vocal trainer my entire life. My dad's family sings. My dad recorded albums when he was younger. He and his younger sister, my auntie Kat, who's probably watching now, she and my dad were in a group together. So I've had music just weave throughout my entire life for as long as I can remember. Every time I ask my mom how long I've been singing, she always tells me it's been since around the age of 4.
Wow.
Now, my mom, being the person that she is, when she sees a gift in you, she helps to push and cultivate that gift. So once I began singing, there was no way I could sit on the sidelines and just do nothing. She had me in the choir. She had me singing with the sopranos. And, you know, people hear my voice now and they hear this rasp and they hear a little bit of a deeper voice. But I used to be a first soprano when I was younger. And so I was really cultivated under the gift of my mom. She's very skilled in what she does. Sharon Phillips, mommy, I'm sure you're watching. So she's the one that really helped to cultivate my gift of worship. Also being a PK, a pastor's child, a pastor's kid, you know, that throws you into ministry, that throws you into doing something in the church, whatever that means. It throws you into doing something in the church. And for myself and my sister, it was music. So that's kind of the foundation. And then after that, it just grew. You know, I sang in choirs. I sang, you know, for different organizations. I sang for different choirs. I sang for different artists, mainly in California, which is where I grew up. And then that just, you know, kind of blossomed into me leading worship. I had people that would ask me to come, you know, and lead their churches or their choirs. First, it started off with leading songs, and then it turned into leading worship, and then being hired to lead worship, and then, you know, being asked to be part of projects and different things like that. So I'm very grateful for the foundation of music for me that started in the church. So worship for me is coming from an authentic place because it's just who I am.
I love that you said, and you'll hear me saying that all night, authentic, transparent. Those are totally the words that describe you. And my husband, who was on this video shoot with LaShaun, the one thing he kept saying to me. And I was so glad he saw that, because of course I know he's been knowing LaShaun forever too. But in this setting, he was just, I was like, how did the take go? How did the shoot go? How did that go today? How did that go? He was like, she is just a worshiper. Everything about her is so authentic. So you don't have to work
Wow.
at it. Everything about you is so authentic. That's my hubby there with his friend, his colleague who also worked with LaShaun. And I thought that that was very important, the way they kept emphasizing that about it. When you,
Wow.
with the lyrics, be still. And it's something too, and I know all of you can relate to it. It is something now, and I had to make sure I unplug it because I didn't need Alexa going off when you say, hey, play Be Still. So I didn't want it to play. But it's something to now be able to do that, and it's your friend. I mean, when you're sharing things on social media, it's your friend. It's not some random person that you're just sharing, and you're sharing their music, and it's someone you know their heart and everything. And that's what makes it so, I mean, so emotional for me to even be talking to you tonight too. I mean, it just really, my heart is just full. I feel so honored. And I listen to you all the time with Be Still. Our kids are listening to it. We play it all the time. The lyrics, especially in these times, Shaun,
Yeah.
what do they mean for you even now? Especially when we're all so anxious. And it's really,
Sure.
honestly, even for those of us that feel like we have a strong relationship with God and that we're strong in our faith, and these times in particular, I know I can speak for myself in this, it's been so hard to be still. So how do you
Yeah.
do that? How do you do that? I mean, how do you do that?
I think the best way for me to describe being still in my life is to completely surrender to God and whatever his will is and whatever his vision and plan is for my life. That is it's easy to say. It is harder to do, right?
Yes, it is.
So
Yes.
I have to get into a space spiritually where I just feel like, God, I can't handle this. I know I can't handle this. And so I'm just going to lay it completely in your hands, because that's where it belongs anyway. So for me, that's what being still means. I mean, we can talk about the Psalms 49 scripture, be still and know, that I am God and I will be exalted above the heavens. But in a practical sense, for me, it's just surrender. But
Because you,
Psalms 46
right,
and 10, that's one of my favorite scriptures. And it has become um, the scripture that I look to quite often in these times.
mhm.
When we're dealing with social unrest, when we're dealing with, politics that we don't all agree on, when we deal with COVID and people that we're losing left and right, friends and family and colleagues. We have people that are sick in our homes and in the hospitals. The only thing that we can do is to be still, because at the end of the day, God has it all under control, and he has the final say.
Yeah, it's so funny that with your song, as much as I've always loved that scripture, with your song now, it's alive and well on a regular basis. Like literally, okay, Vanessa, be still and know. Put on LaShaun. Just put it on. Just be still and know that he is
Listen,
God.
I got to put it on too to remind myself.
You're right, right. Like I know. And the funny thing is, I could be on the phone with you, finish a conversation, talk to someone else, and still click it on like, okay, I still need to be still and know that you are God. It's something about just the Spirit of God, the lyrics, the music, all of it just searing your soul to the point where it really becomes that is in you. Be still, be still, be still, be still. And so I thank you so much and I know you say when you talk about how long it took to come to this point, and that's what I kind of want you to touch on, especially for audience members that may not know. I want you to
Sure.
touch on from the first time that you envisioned doing this till now. What was that? Can you just tell us briefly what that was like as far as
So in terms
coming
of the
together?
journey of the song itself,
Yeah.
um, I was actually in a frustrating situation with my husband. Anybody that's been married knows that it is not perfect all the time. So I was in a frustrating situation with him. I had called, I had, I didn't call, but I was sitting in my dining room at the time, and I was getting ready to take the girls to school, to drive the kids to school. And in that moment, I was getting ready to say something back to whatever the situation was. And let me tell you something funny about God. He will use certain situations to birth something out of you and then won't even allow you to remember the details of what happened. Because guess what? The vision is so much bigger than that moment. So for me, I don't even remember what the discussion or the argument was about. I just
Sounds like
remember
marriage.
being in that space, right? Sounds like marriage. I just remember being in that space, being frustrated, wanting to say something, and God telling me, close it, zip your mouth. I got it. So I drove the kids to school, and on my way back home, the lyrics just came to me. They started coming to me. By the
Right.
time I arrived home, I sat down at my kitchen counter and I wrote the song.
In how many
So it
minutes?
was maybe 10, maybe 15.
I know, I've
And
heard you say that.
generally music comes to me when I'm asleep and God will wake me up with something. I can't tell you how much music I've lost that way because I'm too tired to get up and to record it or to write it down. So it usually comes to me that way. Very rarely does God give me lyrics and music this way. So I was really surprised at how he brought this to me. But at the same time, I knew that I had to be obedient. I had to be obedient in that moment. I had to write the lyrics exactly the way that he gave them to me. It eventually evolved, into something beyond what I had initially written. The foundation was still there, but then I got some wonderful people around me, Jarmone Davis and Chris Leach, who are my amazing producers of this song.
Yes,
They
yes.
got their hands on it and they just took it to a completely different level. But that's the space and the moment that I was in at that time. So really, Be Still is about obedience in my personal situation, but my prayer in writing it is that it would encourage other people, regardless of what they were going through, regardless of the circumstance, the frustration, the sickness, the illness, the disappointment, whatever the case may be, that they would find a space to be still and to hear from God. So that was really the purpose of the song after it went beyond my initial situation.
Wow. Wow. I love it. I've heard that story before. And it's not, I wouldn't even say a story, one of the strongest testimonies, So the song is so
Yeah.
personal, The song is personal. It's something you've experienced. It's something people experience every day. And, prayerfully through the lyrics, all of us, I think, can kind of take inventory of where we are and what we need to be still in, because it is hard to do that. Whether it's your marriage, whether it's family, whether it's a pandemic and everything that's going on, it's hard to be still and really just kind of listen to the voice of God, period.
Absolutely. And the other thing
Go
I
ahead.
have to say about that too is that I've had a couple of people ask me, during the journey of the song, are you sure you want to, talk about why you wrote the song? You're bringing your husband into it. I said, well, number one, I asked my husband if it was okay to share the story, right? I want to make sure I'm, not violating his privacy in any way. And second of all, I'm too old to be fake.
Right.
I'm too old to be fake.
Yes.
Real is real. Marriage is not always amazing. And this is the truth of who I am. This is the truth of the moment that we were going through. My husband is incredible. I have an amazingly supportive husband. In fact, Be Still, the song, would not have come to light without my husband, because he's the executive producer and paid for the entire project. So
just think, Brother K, I love it. Brother K is the executive producer, paid for the project. He's the vision. He's the visionary behind the project. So we definitely, I love that. The vision and the subject. Thank you, Brother K. We thank you. Thank you for allowing her to tell your story. And I think that what makes it so unique too, like I said, that authentic voice. And I think we're all in a time period when you're to a certain age where you really do need that. You need people that's going to be authentic. I think I've shared something similar with you before. The whole thing of before we were perfect, before everything was perfect. Yes, we're blessed and highly favored, but I may not feel that way that day. That doesn't mean, Lord, that I don't think that I am, but that we may not feel that way that day. So with a song like this that just kind of reminds you to keep things in perspective, I mean, it's something. It really, really is. And do you want to move into the video, Shaun, right quick?
Yes.
The behind the scenes video, because there's some other questions I have on the other end, but I'm definitely want the audience to have a chance to see some of the things that LaShaun got a chance to do on her video shoot. One thing I can say, just as a matter of preference, as much as I love her, I was not allowed to be a part of the production at all. My husband wasn't having it. He didn't want to hear me. He didn't want. You're not going to produce your friend. We got this. But LaShaun doesn't need any producing, as you'll all see. Go ahead, LaShaun.
It was absolutely wonderful being able to work with Eugene Russell and Austin Reeves. Austin, the cinematographer, photographer, and Eugene Russell, the director of this project. I can't thank them enough. They are two phenomenally talented men. And I feel completely honored and gifted that God would allow me to be able to work with them. I can't say enough about these two gentlemen. So I'm going to show you now, we're going to show you some of the behind the scenes footage of these two gentlemen who are Emmy Award winners in their fields. And I should also mention Vanessa Russell is an Emmy Award winning producer. So when I tell you God aligns you with people, he does not bring you junk. If he's going to do it, he's going to do exceedingly abundantly above anything you can ask, think, or imagine. So Ephesians 3:20, write that down on your list in addition to Psalms 46 and 10. So with that, I'll turn it over and we will take a look at the behind the scenes footage of Be Still, the music video. Hey everybody, it's LaShaun Martin of LaShaun Martin Music. We are on the set of the Be Still music video. We are super excited. It's been a long day. We hope that you can tune in. This is going to be an amazing video. We have a fantastic team that has been on set with us all day long in the city of Baltimore. Stay tuned for more information so you can see the Be Still music video. We hope it encourages you. Okay, what happens when it's over? What do we say? I'll wait for y'all to say it. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Be Still music video. It's a wrap for today.
Yeah, that's out here. Y'all see on this video. Can't see nothing.
What?
Why? Because we out here the wee hours of the morning for this video shoot. And it's dark. Look,
What am I walking into?
it's just water. It's just out here the wee hours of the morning. Barely see nothing. Trying to catch the sunrise. Can't even see, look. Can't even see her. Craziness. But we gonna get it done.
Hey y'all, this is LaShaun. We are on the set of Be Still. We just finish filming. It has been several weeks of filming, multiple locations. We are here at High Calling Ministries. This was the last scene of Be Still, and so we're excited that the music video is coming, and we hope that you'll watch. Thank you so much for your support thus far, and we hope that you'll continue to support LaShaun Martin Music. Thank you so much. Bye.
Oh, I love that
We're back.
video, LaShaun. I wish I could have been out there with you.
So that's just a little snippet of what's to come in just a little bit. So if you all stay tuned, you'll be able to see the full video.
Right, you'll see the video here soon. LaShaun, what I want to just kind of toss out at you, I wanted you kind of to give the audience just a feel of the timeline that it took to do this video, because I know there were a lot of, in the midst of a pandemic, the restrictions, the logistical restrictions on where you could go, where you could shoot. Could you touch on that a little bit? And then I'm going to give you some feedback on some of the things that the guys sent me. And I say the guys, my husband Eugene and Austin, they both work in TV news, so they're at work now. So they're watching from work as well. But I just wanted you, LaShaun, to give us some perspective on just the logistics that were going on with you and the team at the time.
Sure. Well, actually, I think I'll start from the very beginning, and this was before the video shoot. My very first studio session to record Be Still almost did not happen. It was on the same day that Governor Hogan here in Maryland decided that he wanted to shut the state down because of COVID and all of the things that were happening here in the area. So when myself and my producers saw that message, we said, okay, we have until 6 o'clock. Let's hurry up and get into the studio, and let's lay the foundation and hurry up and get out before we get arrested or something by, being on the streets after the lockdown. So that was kind of our first situation with COVID and Be Still being impacted by COVID. I had written the song almost a year before, and was just kind of sitting with it and hadn't done anything with it yet. So when I finally decided, okay, it's time to go, and when my producers were ready to go, it's like, oh no, now we're in the middle of a pandemic. How are we going to get this done? So that was the first impact. We continued to record safely as much as we could. We did a lot of it that night, and then we kind of just came together, I think maybe 2 more times. And my producers will tell you, when I went to that studio, I had Lysol spray, I had Lysol wipes, I had like 2 or 3 masks, I had a shield, I had everything. I'm like, listen, you stay over there, I'll stay over here. I'll stay over here, because I wasn't in any way trying to either infect anyone or become infected. So I wanted to make sure that everyone was cleared and safe. So going into the recording of the video, though, we started in the summer, kind of like at the end of summer, around August. And we had a full plan set, Eugene and Austin. We had many meetings. We laid the foundation. We talked about the vision. We talked about, everything that we wanted to do. We talked about wardrobe and literally everything from beginning to end. But what we didn't realize is that certain areas would have us restricted because of COVID. We thought, okay, well, we'll be fine here. The scene that you're looking at now is in Baltimore. Some people might be familiar with Graffiti Alley. So that's in Baltimore. They were gracious enough to allow us to record. That was part of the initial vision. So that we didn't have any issues there. But then when we came to some of the other spaces that we wanted to record in, there were COVID restrictions at churches. There were COVID restrictions with us going into certain buildings. We had to make sure that we were tested. We had to make sure that we had wipes and gloves and all kinds of different things on to make sure that we were secure. My entire team stayed masked the entire time. We had spray, we had everything from A to Z. I had my mask off because obviously I had to sing, but even that was a little uncomfortable for me, because I wanted to make sure that I was protected as well. But fortunately, I had a team that was very sensitive to the fact that I was the only one without a mask. So they stayed masked and, kept me comfortable, and we stayed at a safe distance so that everyone could be safe. During the recording time, because of COVID, we had several delays. So we had one shoot that we were supposed to do in the Pennsylvania mountains, like at sunrise, and it was beautiful. Being showed pictures, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be perfect. Well, Parks and Planning in Pennsylvania, they had shut down for a period of time because of COVID. So they didn't even get our message and our request to go shoot there. When they finally received it, it was the day before we had found another location. And that other location happened to be here in my neighborhood. So I live on a beautiful golf course by a lake, and that was our shoot for that day in place of the mountains in Pennsylvania. And you all will see it on the video. I think it worked out perfectly, but we had to get up at 4:30 in the morning, and it was cold. It was on the water. If you saw in the video, Kay is talking about, we can't even see anything out here, y'all, because it's too dark. It's 4:30 in the morning. So that was a little tricky. And then the church scene, we had several locations that we were going to shoot the church scene. All because of COVID, we got canceled left and right. And then we had one church that agreed to allow us to come in, and that's High Calling in Upper Marlboro. And I am so, so, so grateful to Pastor George for allowing us to come in and record at their location. So if we have any High Calling members out there, hug y'all pastor for me. He was wonderful.
Yeah, that was so
the
nice.
beauty of it, though, I have to tell you, is when I had a conversation with him, he said to me, "I know you." And I thought, oh boy, that could be good or bad. I'm not sure. He said, no, I know you. I know your face. And he said, "You're the worship leader at Zion." And I said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "Pastor Battle," who's my pastor, Zion Church. Shout out to Zion Church, Landover, Greenbelt, Fort Washington, Woodbridge, all of y'all.
You Pastor
Battle. So he said, "Oh, Pastor Battle, that's my boy. He's come here. He's trained some of our leaders. Whatever you need from me, you've got it. Whatever you need from me, you've got it." Then I later found out that he knew my dad. So that was just like another layer on top of, you know, the already goodness that was happening in that moment. They were so gracious. They gave us a complete run of their building. They allowed us to use their sound people, their lighting people. They gave us, I mean, they treated me like royalty. I cannot thank them enough for coming through and allowing us to use their space. It was wonderful, and they made it easy for us. They allowed us to stay as long as we needed to stay. So it was awesome. But that's kind of the journey, you know, for getting the Be Still video out there, because there were so many roadblocks after roadblocks after roadblocks. But I had to be reminded, be still.
Be still.
God's gonna handle it.
Be still.
And he did. So
I was proud of all of you, the entire crew, all of you, because you all, I was listening in on the phone calls and walking by and hearing the conversations. And I was like, wow, they're just, everything's coming every direction. But all of you sounded so calm. Like I didn't hear any frustration. It was almost like you all understood.
Yes.
God has already ordained this. This is going to happen, and we're just going through the motions. You know, we're just going through. I love that you talked about the mountain shots too, because I know that was real strategic with the sunrise, and you all can do that. But I can't wait till everyone sees. I love the sunrise shot that was at your place, actually. That was in the neighborhood you live. What I did too, since both of the guys are working, they all work for a network. For the network affiliates in our nation's capital, so they're working right now. But I got them to send me some quotes. And one thing, I wanted to read something that, and I'm reading it verbatim, that Eugene said about the sunrise shot in particular. They say that they kept throwing different shots at you. And LaShaun is like this perfect subject to audience. I just want you to know. She just goes with the flow. That's all I kept hearing them saying. They're really strict. I mean, this is what they do for a living. They love it. They're serious. And they just both kept saying, she's top notch. Like, she is top notch. This is something Eugene said about the sunrise shot. He said, the morning of the sunrise shot, it was really chilly. It was the coldest before dawn. LaShaun was wearing open-toed shoes, a really light outfit, and she was freezing. But she pulled through. She kept her energy up. He said there were several cuts throughout, and he said he told you that you were going to wake up your neighbors across the water at the golf course, and it didn't even matter to you, because in the most powerful angelic sound, you just brought it. He said you just did. And he said she brought it home. He said it was something Now, my husband is a really quiet, reserved guy, so when he starts talking, it's like, whoa, look at that. He said it was truly something to see and hear her as the sun was rising. And then he said, sorry, neighbors. So you woke them up. So that was just, I thought that was just amazing. And two, kudos to Brother K, your husband, because my husband says K was totally a part of the production team.
He
Period.
was.
He was working it like he's been in TV news as well. So I love that they said that. There's another scene that I wanted to say that that Austin put in here that the viewers will see in a few moments. He talks about the bridge scene, so they're going to see, and he talks about how Eugene had this. This is Austin Reeves saying that Eugene had this gritty imagery in his head. He said, I recall coming across the location that you all chose, which was the loft, in searches that I had done before, and we both thought it would be perfect. We wanted the loft because it gave us space with a lot of contrast. So when you see LaShaun in this loft here soon, he said, but it represented in their mind like the grit and toughness of the world too, because there's all kind of imagery around that that loft. He said, I think the message of being still and finding peace and stability in difficult surroundings is an important one. And the loft helped in Graffiti Alley, they help represent that even more. So bringing that grit, that hardness, but realizing even in the midst of hard space, we still be still. So everything was so strategic in all of these shots. And your flow with all of them just brought it all to fruition. I mean, you just, every single scene, I think that's the one where you're the train scene, and just showing how things are they're going to see that soon with you there with the green screen behind you, and the train scene with the busyness of life, the train, the bridge, the clock, all of these images that you're going to see in this video, very strategic and for just the busyness of life that we're all in, but still being still in each area of that, being still, being still, being still. I'm sorry, Sean. You know I can keep going. I told you, you better turn me off.
No, this is good.
Because I just loved everything that you all did. But I love the quotes that they sent about you in particular, too, talking about just working with you and the professionalism that you brought with every single shot, period. And I think you've said it before, LaShaun, that your goal is, if I can give every other entity I'm with, every organization I'm with, everything I do, if I can give those places my best, when it comes to worship, I give my best. And you do. You totally do.
That is always my goal, to give God my absolute best in anything I do. I feel like if I'm going to set a standard of excellence, it has to be first for God. I want to do it in everything else I do, but first it has to be to God. Going back to Graffiti Alley for a moment, we had a few funny moments, because if anyone in this area in the DMV has been to Graffiti Alley, there's about 4 flights of stairs that you have to go up to get to the top. And it's a very, very narrow hallway. I don't know if we can go back to that section of the video, but even my dressing room was a really, really tiny, narrow hallway. Well, that's how the staircases are. So if you can imagine bringing tons of equipment up 4 flights of stairs, we had Eugene as the director, we had Austin as the photographer, we had my husband, we had your son, we had my friend Ardeletta, who's watching, who served as my assistant and my go-to person. We had everyone bringing something up those stairs, and it was taxing. It was taxing because it was warm, and we were, hot. But, in anything with professionalism, you have to act like you're not. So hopefully I was able to pull that off in this video. So that's all.
I just wanted to. I think so. I love Graffiti Alley. I love that whole vibe, and now it has an even, I go by it often, so now it has an even more special place in my heart now, because you've been right there praising God in that alley where all of these amazing artists come to express themselves, and I'm like, my girlfriend has been all through here just praising God all through the alley, up and down. So it just means even more to us now.
funny that you say, as soon as we finished shooting there were literally people waiting to go into the same room we left to shoot other music videos. So I didn't
Right.
realize how popular of a spot it is for all genres of music, not just gospel.
It really
There were
is.
hip hop artists, there were R&B artists, there was a dancer, a ballet dancer that was waiting to go in there. It was just it was an amazing spot. Amazing spot. And then the bridge. Woo,
Yes.
that bridge.
Yes.
The bridge was
Yes.
wonderful. Overlooking that bridge. I didn't Austin and Eugene explained the vision to me, but until I saw it on the final video, I said, that's the shot they were trying to get.
That's what they
Now
meant.
I understand.
Right.
Now I understand. I mean, I've known green screens and all of that, but I didn't fully understand what they were trying to do until it actually happened. The same thing with the train scene. So I can't wait for everybody to see it. I'm gonna stop talking.
Okay. Okay. I told you we keep going. Like we don't want to have our own little show here. But okay, go ahead, LaShaun.
So I did want to just take a moment to, before we play the video, and Vanessa, you can stop me, but I want to take a moment and say some thank yous to some very, very important people. First of all, Eugene and Austin. They were amazing to work with. They were patient with me. They were understanding of me as an artist. They allowed me to make decisions. They allowed me flexibility. You know, a lot of times when you're working with people of this caliber, you don't necessarily have the freedom to do all of the things that you want to do as an artist. But not only did they have their vision, but they listened to my vision and they were able to intertwine and connect the two. I'm so grateful for that because they didn't have to do it that way. They could have, you know, just said, okay, this is what we're doing and, you know, this is our vision and, you know, you can tweak it a little bit, but this is what we're staying with. They didn't do that at all. So they were completely flexible. I definitely want to thank them. I want to thank you, Vanessa, my longtime friend. I am so grateful that you chose to spend this evening with me and that you have been a countless supporter for so many years. Not even just a supporter of my music, but a friend, an auntie to my girls, a sister to my husband. It's just been amazing, amazing friendship with you for so many years. I want to thank Amplify Network, who are on the back end of this site, managing and producing this evening for the music video premiere. I am so thankful to Jack and Terrence Sams and their team for the phenomenal work that they do. They also did the Making of Be Still video. I had to come back to them because of their level of excellence and their level of detail. They are spot on every single time, and they are always open to my crazy ideas and suggestions. So thank you to Amplify Network. I appreciate them. My husband and my girls.
Yay!
These are my babies.
Yes.
The three of them are the reason that I breathe. They are the reason that I keep functioning every day. They are the reason that I get up every morning to do it again. You can see the picture right there with my girls, with me holding the roses. They actually showed up at the first shoot and surprised me with flowers to say, Mommy, we're so proud of you. And so I'm very grateful to my girls for allowing me the freedom and the encouragement, encouraging me along the way during this journey. As I said a moment ago, this project would not have happened. This song would not have happened. Not only was my husband the subject, but he was also the executive producer. He was there with me every single time. If there was a shoot, if there was anything I needed to purchase, if there was anything I needed to add to the song, from the musicians to the production to the every single thing that had to be touched by this song. Every single time I went to him, he never told me no. Not one time did he say no. What he said was, when can we do it? When can we schedule it? How much will it cost? Here you go. That was it. So to have a husband that believes in me, even when sometimes I don't believe in myself, when he pushes me and has his foot in my back, telling me to move forward, telling me to get it done, stop making excuses, as he tells me, stop making excuses and just get it done. I'm so grateful to him for that. To my family, my mom, my dad, who I know is looking down right now. One of our last conversations before he passed away 5 years ago was, baby girl, get this music out. Get it done. I don't know what you're waiting for, but get it done. And so I feel proud that I feel like I've made my dad proud. I have lived my entire life always wanting to make my father proud of me. And I feel like even in this moment where he's not physically here, I feel like I am doing something to make him proud. I'm a daddy's girl. I always want to make my dad
Yes,
proud.
you are.
So
Yes,
that's really
amen.
important. My mom,
Yes.
my sister, my aunts, my cousins. Um, I can name so many people. I'll name one, Elite. They know who they are, and I'll just leave it there. But there's so many people that I can name. I want to thank Latavia Nickols, who is my makeup artist, who did a phenomenal job on my makeup tonight. And if you know me, LaShaun doesn't wear a lot of makeup. So when I leave my face as a canvas for somebody, I have to be able to trust that they're going to, make me look like me. And so I'm so thankful to her. I'm also thankful to Erin Teagle, who did the makeup for the album cover. She's phenomenal. She is also a part of my sorority, and I'm so grateful to her. Also, David Matthews, who did the photos for my album cover. And then the photos that you saw here just a moment ago of my family, those are by Brian Wilson, the photographer. So I'm very thankful to him and his team and his lovely, lovely wife. For helping to pull those photos together for us. I also mentioned High Calling, Pastor George Hawkins Jr. Thankful to their team for allowing me to use their space. I also want to thank Pastor Keith Battle. My pastor's amazing. He has been supportive from day one, not only just for this song, but just me as a person, my family, my ministry. He always has my back, and I cannot thank him enough for always being there for me. In addition to Pastor Elwood Matthews, he's also been another, LaShaun, get it done, get it done. Pastor Jason Jones, who is my brother and one of my pastors, I'm so grateful to him. Pastor Daryl Townsend, grateful to him. Also to Pastors Eric and Susan Kellum. Susan is one of our new pastors. Also to Pastor Joy, Pastor Patrice, Pastor Kevin. They have just been phenomenal in pushing me and encouraging me and just doing so much to make sure I did what I was supposed to do and was obedient to God. Also to my Emmanuel Church family. Now, Emmanuel in Seaside, California is the foundation for me. That's where I started singing. That's where I sang in the choir. That's where I learned the skill of music. That's where I learned more than just opening my mouth and singing. I learned about the technique of music, all of those different things. So that's my foundation. My Zion music family. If you guys follow me on social media, you know I am always posting about my Zion music family, my We Are Zion Music. So shout out to every single one of them. Josh and Charles and Nseekin and Kathy and Precious and Leah and Chris and Chris Leach, Chris Bynum. I know I'm gonna forget somebody, and Sheila and Kadia and Sharice and Asia, my whole leadership team. I'm so grateful to them for their support as well. My sorors, if you're on here, I love y'all. My AKAs are on here. Love my AKAs. Also to my Jack and Jill chapters. Yes, Vanessa's a soror as well. My Jack and Jill chapter, Greater Suburban Maryland group, Greater Suburban Maryland chapter. And then also, last but not least, to my Mocha moms, who I love dearly. My Mocha board sisters are here. Thank you to all of them. And then also my Indian Creek family, my girls' school. They are incredibly supportive. My Indian Creek moms, the administrators, the people that just come and push me and encourage me. I'm just so, so grateful to all of them. I'm almost done. My high school classmates at Seaside High, my college classmates, all of them, anyone who has supported LaShaun or LaShaun Martin Music, I am eternally grateful, eternally grateful. So if I forgot your name, please forgive me. Don't charge it to my heart. I mean, don't charge it to my head, charge it to my heart. I'm trying to get them all in, but it's so important for me to be able to thank people. I do want to do one thing before we go to the premiere, and that is to show you the shirt that I have on. I don't know if
I
you
was
can
just
see
going
it.
to talk about that. I was just going to talk about the beautiful shirts. Please show it. I love the shirts. They
So
are
be still,
beautiful.
LaShaun Martin Music. If we can have you pull those up, they are actually now on our website. If you go to lashaunmartinmusic.com/merch, if Amplify can pull that up for us, we will show you a couple of the shots of the shirts that we have for sale. They are only $20. So if you want to support LaShaun Martin Music, in addition to the music, you can also support with merch. So we'll give them a couple of minutes to pull that. Yes,
did you make those,
LaShaun?
You made those. Yeah, you designed those yourself.
But I designed them.
That's what I mean. That you designed the shirt.
I'm a Jill. I'm a Jill of all trades. I
You do it all.
Quite a few different things.
You do it all.
So if you go to LaShaun Martin Music /merch, MERCH, you will be able to see the shirts available there. And again, they're only $20. One other thing is, if you don't have the music, go and buy the music. It is on all digital platforms. If you look on iTunes, you look on Google Play, you look everywhere. The song is all over the place. It's on YouTube, it's on Alexa. You can find it anywhere. Siri even has it. Okay, there are the shirts there. All right, so we have a couple of different styles available, ladies fit and men's fit. We wanted to make sure that we had them available for all. So go again to LaShaun Martin Music merch.
I'm sorry, LaShaun, didn't we hear that the song was being played over in the UK as well? Your song is all over.
It is.
I'm like,
it's being
all
played in
over,
the UK.
Yes.
It is. It's also been played in India. I have a couple of my friends from India on the line right now, and so it's being played there. So as much as you can share the music, it's on Spotify. Please share it. I would love for you all to share it. And my prayer is that it will encourage and help somebody else. So the music for download is only $1. Anybody got $1? You can purchase and download the music for $1. If you're more old school and want a hard copy CD, you can get those on the website, lashaunmartinmusic.com, or you can get them on Amazon, one of the two places. So Amazon has the hard copy CDs and the website has the hard copy CDs, and we will autograph and ship those to you if you buy them from the lashaunmartinmusic.com. Right. If you get them from Amazon, I can't be responsible for that. But if you buy them on the website, we'll send you an autographed copy of the song. And then last but not least, before we go to the video, is after the video is premiered tonight, we are going to upload it on YouTube on the page, which is why it's so important for you to subscribe. If you haven't done so, make sure you go and click that red button and subscribe now. We're actually going to release the video tomorrow, or no, I think we said this evening. We're going to release it this evening. So as you see it on the page, please share it, put it on your pages, send it as encouragement to some other people. And we're just so grateful that you all chose to join us. So we are now going to show, without further ado,
where's the drum roll?
Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Y'all put in the chat, let's go. I need to see let's go in the chat. Hold on. I want to see let's go. Let's go. Put let's go in the chat. Let's go. I see the pink and green. I see the hearts. I see Indian Creek. I see Mocha Moms. I see all of y'all. I need to see in the chat. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right. I'm waiting to see it. I'm waiting to see it. All right. Let's go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I know that some of Lego. All right, I see some of these.
There we go.
Let's go, let's go. Here we go. I know some of them were delayed for me. All right, so without further ado, I would love to introduce to all of you, thank you for being my VIP guest this evening. I would like to introduce to all of you the music video premiere of Be Still. Here we go.
When you're
trouble, frustration is on every hand. When you're tired, don't know if you can stand. When you're weak and worn, he is holding your hand. Just be still, know he's God. Just be still, know he's God. The devil's busy, but my God is bigger, yes. He sees the pain you feel, let him dry your tears. While he's working, you have to trust him. Just be still, know he's God. Just be still, know he's God. He's God, he's God. While you wait, please don't lose your faith. Hold on to your truth. When you don't know what to do, you don't know what to do. Just be still, pray and seek his face. He will give you grace. Yes, he will give you grace. Only his arms have you standing, even while you wait. Oh, I need you to remember, he is God. Yes, while you're being still, you gotta know he's moving. Hey, no matter what you face, he is God. When your pillow is stained with tears, he is God. While you're being still, yeah. Just know he's moving. He's Alpha and Omega. He is God. He will take care of you. While you're being still, just know he's moving. Oh my, just be still, know he is God. Let me encourage you, just be still, know he's God. He's God, be still, know he is God.
Just get chills every time I hear it. Just chills. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. Oh,
Oh
LaShaun.
my gosh. You know, it's like birthing a baby. It's almost like when the song first came out, I was so afraid to let people hear it because, you know, you just don't know what people are going to think. You don't know if they're going
Right.
to receive it. And so I'm feeling that same bit of anxiety as people are watching. So please
Oh
share
no.
if you enjoyed it. I know that, you know, some of the most important people in my life are on this line right now. They're watching this YouTube right now. From my bestie since middle school, Tiny, to my Letta, who is my sister, as if we had the same parents, to Andrea, who's her sister, who have watched this video and sat with me and critiqued and given me just so much feedback. I mean, just, I'm so overwhelmed. Alyssa, Joriel, Nisha, Jackie, Tanya, Gigi, Bridget, Gidget. I'm so overwhelmed, and I'm just so grateful that God allowed me the grace and the mercy to release this music. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. There's so much to do. There's so much farther to go. And I'm just going to continue to be obedient to his will and to the music that he gives me, and continuing worshiping the only way I know how to worship. I'm just overflowing with gratitude.
I know. We can see it. We can see it. That's just who you are, LaShaun. That really is who you are. And I love the way, for those of you that have never met LaShaun in person, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, everyone just needs a LaShaun. We talk about that all the time, those of us that know it. It's because that's why it's so important for her to say names and talk, because she's always uplifting other people, always supporting other people, always pushing, advocating, strengthening everyone. So when it's time for something for her and to be a part of it, everyone wants a piece of it. Everyone wants to be in that because they know how much she pours into people. And with this song, and the making of it, the song itself, the video and everything, everyone that had any part of it, you just feel, you just can't explain it. You cannot explain, because for one, you know it's sending word out. You know it's blessing people. You go to sleep knowing that you're putting something positive out there in the app. You were a part of that. And that's one thing too that I wanted you to know from the guys. They cover news. My husband always talks about, he covers stories that he doesn't even want me to know what he's seen in some stories he covers. So it was very important for them to have an opportunity to be a part of your vision, Shaun, and what God has placed in you, to be a part of that, to put something great out there in the world, to remind people he's still on the throne. He's still there. Yeah. Just be still. He's still there, and you did that. And you were obedient, and we've all gotten an opportunity to share in that. And I know your mom, who we all love through you, because we feel like we know her personally through you. I've met her a couple of times at Mocha Mom events, and we just love her. And to your dad, I just know he's smiling. I just know he's smiling because you are being obedient to what God has put in you, and you're blessing the nation. We always look at things on social media and things that we hear and the noise out there, like it's just so much noise. What's going on? And a lot of times what's going on are the people of God are too quiet. We're not saying enough. And here you are. You just come put the voice in the music right there, the worship right there in the midst of everything. And I just thank you so much for that. I mean, I know everyone that's a part of it, that's listening, all your support team, all over, all your family that we feel like we know all over. I mean,
they've just been incredible. They've been incredible. They've literally been texting me and calling me and in group chats. I mean, just throughout this entire process. I probably forgot to mention one name, Tammy. Tammy, I love you. I forgot to mention. And Tracy, my sister, Deidre, my sister. I'm so grateful for the love and support of so many, as my grandmother always tells me. And I hope that she's watching. She's 91. They tell me that she's watching in Louisiana.
Oh, wow.
She has always told me, people don't have to be nice.
No,
people
they don't.
Don't have to support you. People don't have to do that. So I am always overwhelmed when people find me worthy enough to listen to my music, to follow my leadership, to assist me in whatever way they can, and to be open. So this is just another way that I feel like I can give back to those that have always given to me. So I'm hoping that we'll hear Be Still on more radio stations. We have some already, and we have more coming on television stations. We have some of those coming too. You would not believe contacts that I have had just in these last few weeks about this song. And so I'm just sitting in it, and I'm grateful for it. And I thank you all for joining us this evening. I am so happy. And my phone is blowing up right now as people are texting.
Good.
I'm
good. That's great.
I'm going to look at them in a second, but if I look at them while we're on this broadcast, I'm going to cry. So
Yeah, keep blowing up the phone, and let's make sure, viewing audience, that we go do our part, that just like we trend other things out there, that we trend this, that we hashtag this, that we share with our family and our audiences. Everything, everyone, our networks, those of us, it's hundreds of us listening tonight alone, all of us. Let's make sure that we're just as aggressive about sharing this as we are about other things that we share as well. We always talk about patronizing each other and giving back to each other. This is the way we do that. And in this season, I can't think of a better way to do it with a better person, with LaShaun and this song and this ministry that she's given to all of us. Let's make sure that we're obedient and that because you never know who you're blessing. I've had so many friends that are listening to this song that is helping them through things that they're going through right now, because people are dealing with situations. But this song and what God has put in LaShaun is reminding us that he is still there. He's still ever present right now. So let's make sure we continue to trend, we continue to download, we continue to purchase, we continue to do all of that. It's the Christmas season. Here's the gift. Here's the gift that God is still in control. Just be still. Period.
yeah,
Okay. LaShaun has the last word. Go, Shaun.
that's it.
Go.
Just hashtag LaShaun Martin Music, hashtag
Yes.
Be Still. Make sure before you
Yes.
get off of this broadcast that you hit the subscribe button on the LaShaun
Yes.
Martin Music YouTube channel so that you can continue to get new music from us, and follow us on all the social media platforms at LaShaun Martin. Thank you all so much for spending your evening with me. Thank you, Max, Vanessa, Russell, for your graciousness. Thank you to everyone involved in this. Thank you to Amplify Network. I love you all. I appreciate your support. I can never thank you enough. God bless every single one of you. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Stay safe and stay masked and stay home if you can.
Yes.
Amen. Be still. Be still.
Stay home. Stay home and be
Stay
still.
Be still. Love y'all. Have a good evening.
Love you. Love you, Shaun. Bye-bye.
Love you, Max.
Love you, girl.
Only his arms have you standing, even while you wait. Oh, I need you to remember, he is God. Yes, while you're being still, you gotta know that he's moving. Hey, no matter what you face, he is God. When your pillow is stained with tears, he is God. While you're being still, yeah. He's Alpha and Omega. He will take care of you. While you're being just be still. Know he is God. Let me encourage you. Just be still.